don't know. I don't know. I've just got into my head. If eBay thinks I've sold that one already, and she's listing a similar item, they might push it up a bit with the algorithm. You know,
Maybe.
to sell it quicker. I don't know. It works. It works for me, and you know.
Morning.
Morning.
Right, I'm really confused now. Is this the new meeting or the old one that we had before?
This is the new meeting because me and Sharon were just on the old meeting, chatting about her eBay store.
Right, okay. Because when I go, let me share my screen.
Yeah, and it just kicked me out, so I'm assuming it did the same for Sharon, and then she'll get a new.
Yeah, so can you see the screen?
Yes.
So when I go here to go to my meetings, this is the one today that I've just created, right? 0862. But yeah, none of the up and coming ones are in here. So I couldn't even click on them to start.
Not even in previous or anything?
Well, that would be just the ones that we've done already, June the 13th.
Okay.
Very strange. So the link still works?
Yeah. Meeting.
Oh, something really weird going on with my eBay at the moment. I'll see you in a minute when Sharon joins. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Really weird. Anyhow, you're on. So hopefully Sharon will come on.
Yeah.
How was your weekend? Or how was last week?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a nice weekend. I actually had a weekend this time. So I got to enjoy a little bit of the weather, nice weather, and get some work done. Last week has been a lot better. I was just saying to Sharon on a different call. I've had a lot more sales than I'd had the previous week. So like right after the Zoom call, there was sales coming through, and I had sort of sales at like on average like once a day, every day for the last few days. So I don't know what's been going on or whatever, but like there's been activity, so it just made me feel a bit better. And I've actually been out sourcing this week, so I don't know, it just all made me feel a bit like better about the business and that I'm actually out there doing stuff. So it's been a lot better.
What I'll get you guys to do is actually, can you send me the link to your eBay store and I'll put it in the description of the video, the Zoom video on YouTube, so then people can see it through that.
I will do that.
Oh, Sharon just messaged. Don't know what happened, but the call got shut down. There is another link in your email. And I'll explain.
Who else are we expecting today?
This is it. I think Sophie's not feeling very well. George is out and about, so he's not too sure whether he can have time to join. But there's a new link now, so he's probably going to get, if he doesn't join, he's going to go on the old one anyway. So, yeah, I mean, this is it. This is just us three today. Hi. So, yeah, I went to Zoom and there was no scheduled meetings that I'd created permanently for every week in my list. So the only thing I could think of doing was creating another meeting and sending it over. But it's just us two today. Yeah, Sophie's not feeling very well, and George is out and about and things like that. So I think Jim's on holiday too. So yes. How was your week?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
another good week. Yeah,
Nice.
I think I've done about over £400, which is a record for me.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, really, really busy.
I think people are
Lots
watching
of
these Zoom calls, aren't they? Because
stuff.
Claire's had a good week too.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's because of the Zoom call, but I mean,
Probably not.
it could be. You never know. It could be.
Probably not.
no,
Um,
yeah, you're getting exposure out there now, aren't you?
yeah, exactly. Something really weird's happening with my eBay, and I don't know whether it's me or if it's whether because I've been changing all of the older items changed to auction. Um, they're selling twice.
That's
So
strange.
yeah, so I'll show you in a sec. So let's share my screen again.
That is really weird. I've never come across that.
No, because if it like sells on auction, then surely it should just be the one, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, 21 to send out today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I had a £400 week again, look, 475.
Mm.
But I was expecting this to kind of continue to like go on a growth trajectory, then it just kind of stalled out. Orders, right? So it's been a couple recently, but I don't know why. So if we go all, this is the one that popped up because I literally dug out the item last night.
So when you say that it sells twice, as two people bought it.
Yes, on separate
Oh,
auctions.
oh
So
no.
that it's both auctions. It's not like that when you change to auction, it's creating a new listing and you buy it now is still up
Oh,
and running.
I can see.
Well,
Yeah,
this is
Star Wars top.
sold via promoted distance, so that was a buy it now, and this is an auction.
Oh wow, that is weird.
And what was the other ones I had? I think it was this one, the Joe Brown's top. Same situation. Oh, you're joking me. I told her that'd happen. These four.
It says it's cancelled.
Yeah. I sent a message to this person, right? Saying, you've won these auctions, can you pay them? Now I'll combine the postage, blah, blah. She goes, wait 3 days because I've got bids on other items. It should be okay. And they've all been cancelled. Unpaid order.
Oh no.
Oh, this is the one. This bag, that was the one out of stock. So I had to put it as out of stock because I'd already sold it. So
Oh,
people are
goodness.
bidding on these items and not paying for them.
Yeah.
Which is a pain.
Oh, that looks really messy.
Yeah, it's just a bit messy, right? So I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, just a bit.
Because if I cancel them because they're out of stock, that's a hit on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas I think it's not really my fault because ultimately, if I change it to auction, that should get rid of the buy it now.
Yeah, it should do.
So I'm going to have to contact eBay, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I would if I were you because ultimately you're going to have to let one of them down. I should imagine the auction one, if it's only sold for 99p and you can get a buy now price for £4.99, you're going to sell it to them, aren't you?
Well, I'm trying to cancel it, right? Because they haven't paid for it yet. But won't let me cancel it.
As a 4 days lapse?
No, it's just literally just cancelled.
If it's within you should be able to cancel it.
It's literally just sold.
I know you can cancel, can't you? If the buyer has requested it, you can cancel it straight away, or out of stock. But I won't put out of stock because you're going to get your performance levels affected by it.
Exactly.
I would ring eBay to see if it's on there as well as the buy it now.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's an eBay error, because when you change, you know, when you change to auction, it cancels the buy it now and puts it straight on.
It should do. It should do. But I was just kind of like also worried now because I've got 190 auctions going. Are they?
Yeah.
Are they all the same, right?
Yeah.
And also at the same time, I'm looking at my active listings and they're growing, but I'm not really putting much on. So it kind of suggests to me that they are all the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do I put my store in holiday mode and try and figure out what's duplicated?
I think I would. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What a pain! What's an absolute pain?
That is a really weird one. Do you know when you've put items on for auction and they don't sell, do they automatically relist?
I don't think they do.
Oh.
No, I don't think they do either. I've had a couple that have done that, and then it just get an email saying like,
"Is it really easy to relist?"
Relisting this item is super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just go into your ended and relist it.
Yeah, go into unsold and relist as a fixed price. That's what we do.
Can't help you with that one, Dennis.
No, exactly.
Yeah, I think I just, freeze the shop. Contact eBay. Yeah.
I don't
you
even
don't want your performance to be you're top rated now, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think you can even
you don't want that to be affected.
I don't know if you can even download the whole thing. You can download missing or required recommended items, but I don't think you can download the whole active listing report. Can you?
Yes, is it showing on your your active listings, the duplicate listings showing, or is it
what I can do? I can basically, I should be able to export it into Excel and then put show duplicates, and it will highlight the duplicate cells. So if I highlight column that has the title in it, then I can say show duplicates, and then it will show me, it will highlight the ones which are the same, basically. But then I'll have to go into eBay, find that, and cancel it for one of them.
It's a nightmare.
It is a nightmare. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. For me to figure out later, I think. But no, let's share the screen, because then we should be out there. We can show you how where the reports are, can't we? And what you can report on and download. That might be a good one to show people.
Yeah.
Right. So if you go into your Seller Hub on your laptop, over the far right, you've got reports, and then you can upload or download. So if we go download, because essentially I want to download the whole thing. So download report, select report. I'll do listings. All active listings. Right, so it gives you this information. And this is probably a good way to kind of download all your orders as well if you wanted to. Right, there we go.
Yeah.
As always, it comes on the wrong screen, so let's move that across. So yeah, this is all of my active. They're fine, they're all like different sizes. 1,593, which is probably about right. And then I think duplicate rows from the sheet. You can pick which columns should be affected. There are other duplicates though.
I think if you go to, going into the really back of my brain for this information, it's somewhere like conditional formatting.
That's right.
I think that's on. I can't remember where that is. There's conditional formatting, and then you can pick. You can pick like highlight duplicate values. There you go. Yeah.
Highlight cells. Duplicate values.
There.
There you go.
Oh, well done.
There you go. Right, so then you can go filter, color. There you go. All of these are duplicated to some degree or another. That auction, fixed price. So then let's do I don't want to use this data yet, so let's just delete all that. Come on. There we go. So then I'm going to have to figure out, can I group them?
Can you order that by like alphabet or like
yes.
A to Z?
Good idea, Claire. Good idea. Sort by title. There you go.
There you go. Because you can see, say for example, on the ASOS strappy dress, bright yellow line.
Yeah.
There's duplicates there at both fixed auction and auction and fixed price.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 auctions here as well.
That's so strange.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's fine, because that's just AI art that I'm trying to sell. So why is there 2 of those?
You might be as well then going back on your eBay store on your either fixed price or auction and just cancelling one of the duplicates off, so nobody else can bid or buy.
Oh, okay. I wonder, because when I go back to the unsold section and relist as a fixed price, that's the price that I'm relisting at as a fixed price, $4.99. So I'm just wondering whether it's listing it again. I mean, why? Oh, right. I'm gonna have to call eBay and cancel some of the duplicate orders. Essentially, it's saying that it's my fault, right? Because I'm not keeping an eye on my stock. Because I'm relisting them, but they've already been going through as a fixed price.
Yeah, and whether you're going to have to let down, I'd write them a really, really nice like notes.
Yeah,
just explaining that there's been a system error. It's really not your fault, but you do apologise, but I'm going to have to cancel this order. Is that okay? And if they say yeah, I'd cancel it as the buyer.
The buyer's requested. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm going to get dropped to below standard, I think.
Yeah. Oh, and you don't want that.
Above standard from top.
You've worked so hard to get, this higher one.
Yeah.
Top rated. You don't want to jeopardise that now.
No. Well, thank you. Now I've got a list, so I can work from that.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Right. Should we talk about what we're supposed to be talking about today? Right, because I really struggle over the weekends to figure out what to talk about, right? Because ultimately we've done 5 or 6 Zoom calls now, and we covered pretty much everything. But I wanted to do a call about what are the processes that you use from start to finish, right? So, and I blocked it out into kind of 4 areas: sourcing, listing, selling, packing, right? Or sending, those sorts of kind of niche areas. So for me, I have essentially 2 or 3 places that I source from. So Arthur Rank Retail Hub in Sawston, they essentially, all of the shops send their clothes there, well, when they get donated, and then they get redistributed out from that place, but they do sell some stuff there as well, which is where I get my mystery bags from. Not sure how that much longer that's going to last for, because the woman's left. And do you source on platforms as well? So essentially Facebook Marketplace. So let's talk about that one. So Claire, whereabouts do you get your main bulk of your items from?
Okay, so the bulk is mainly from charity shops, and there's like a few areas that I hit. So there's a couple near where I live, oh, I think there's only like 2 though, and they are very reasonably priced. And then I go into Blackburn, and there's a few there, but some of them are a bit like pricier, so I have to kind of be careful about what I buy from there, and then try and just hit sort of surrounding areas. So Accrington, which is like 15 minutes away on a train, has so many charity shops. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like the shopping centre in the middle of it is like mainly just sort of like a couple of cafes, empty shops, and charity shops. So there's like loads, and they're all different price points. So I mainly go, mainly charity shops. Just depends on like time, and how I'm feeling. But mainly, I think I mainly do Blackburn because it's a bit more accessible, and like I think we were saying last week, I can get it on the way to work or after work if I'm finished before 5. So it's mainly sort of shopping in the area, because I've bought like one thing off eBay, and then listed it on another platform. But I like to actually like see the items and see like if there's any sort of defects or anything, or you get much more of a sense of like how old it is if you can actually like see the label and such. So I tend to try and buy as much in person as possible. I think obviously as the business grows and I need to spend less time doing like certain things, I might branch out into looking online. I have like loads of stuff like favorited and whatever of things that I think, oh, if I was buying stuff online, I would buy this to then resell. But yeah, mainly in person. I think just I like shopping anyway, so there's a perfect way to kind of
pretty much
monetize.
The best right? Shopping.
Monetize my hobby, and I can have a bit more fun because I'm not spending my own money, I'm spending the business money.
Yeah,
I can go and buy loads of things.
What about you, Sharon?
I'm quite lucky. I've got about 9 charity shops, about 15 minutes drive from where I live. They're all in like different various little villages, but potentially it only takes me about 10 or 15 minutes, to get to them. And in 2 villages, there's 3 clumps together, more or less on the same street. So it's brilliant, But yeah, it's mainly charity shops. This year, I started going to carboots, but we've only been to 1 so far, and that's the closest to where we live, and that's at Doncaster over. That's on a Sunday. We didn't go yesterday though, with it being Father's Day. So yeah, I don't tend to look online on Vinted or eBay, for stock. To be quite honest, I do get quite a lot of stock, from the charity shops that I go to already. In town, because I live just outside Rotherham, I can just nip into town as well, but I tend to find the shops in town are a lot more expensive than the local shops where I live. And Sheffield, I've been up to Sheffield a couple of times, and prices are just extortionate. I've stopped going.
I've
stopped going. Because
because some resellers do buy from Vinted to sell on eBay. I've seen that before.
Yeah, yeah, I have. Yeah, but I've never. I don't know. I've never kind of looked.
And I've bought a 45 kilo bale of jeans from Bulk Vintage Wholesale. They're selling them from price was reduced from 600 to 150 quid for 45 kilos of jeans, and I think there was about 70 or 80 in there, something like that. So basically £2 a pair of jeans.
Brilliant. Yeah.
I think we've sold most of them now, maybe half of them at the moment.
Yeah.
So I've probably made my money back now, and I've just kind of got to kind of stick with it because it does take time to sell, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it does. Yeah, definitely. Where I live as well, have you heard of Pre-Love Kilo?
Yeah.
Well,
I like
their
going
head
there.
office is about half an hour from where I live, drive away, and they don't tend to open their head office, but they did once, and that were a good 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah.
So we went. You have to queue. You have to get a ticket to get in and what have you.
Yeah.
But compared to the shops where I think they sell it £20 per kilo, at the warehouse they were selling it for £15 per kilo. So I got loads of stuff on that one particular day. But I've been up to the shop in Sheffield, but it's like in a student area, and the clothes weren't as good value as what they were at head office. But they only open head office if they're not having one of the road shows, because they go all around the country, don't they, and have these pop-up shops.
Yeah.
You know, on a particular weekend. Yeah, but yeah, bought some brilliant clothes from there. I just wish they'd open a little more often.
Yeah, I'm just a bit curious about like kilo buying, because when I bought some t-shirts, it worked out to be about 4 or 5 t-shirts per kilo, right? And if you're paying 15 to £20 a kilo, that's still £4 or £5 a t-shirt, which is still quite expensive.
Yeah, I get that, but they are designer.
Yeah.
Are proper good vintage clothing. Yeah, and they're like A grade.
Yeah, because jeans come in at about 400 or
and
500 grams, don't they, to half a kilo.
Yeah.
So you'd be paying 10 quid a pair of jeans.
Yeah, you've got to be careful at those kind of kilo sales, as you say, like not to buy. It's a bit like when you buy pick and mix, you've got to buy the really light items that you think will sell.
Yeah.
So like I always have my eye on dresses. When I go in, I don't look at jeans or like, the chunky flannel shirts or like coats, because some stuff they'll cap it. So you can buy a coat for like £15 or whatever, instead of putting it in your bag and then it being like, but per weight it'll be like loads more. And I used to live in Brighton, and like they would be like a kilo sale literally every week, because there was about 4 or 5 different companies that would do it. So there was always one to go to. So I used to go all the time, and they were. I missed them so much. So it was so much fun, because you just didn't know. It did get a bit crazy when, like, if you go early, then you're all right. But then all of a sudden, everyone arrives, and there's about like 5 people all looking at the same t-shirt rail, and you're all just moving. You're all moving around like, at the same rate. So you're just all looking, and you got to look for like, oh, she's picked that up, but she's put it down or whatever. Yeah. So I always used to just look at just dresses, and some stuff I have sold from that, but in terms of price point, it has always come out a lot higher.
Yeah.
So like the dresses I'm looking at are like a £5 each, and I'm having like whereas I would normally try and buy stuff for about £2 to £3 at the very most. So sometimes it does come out a bit more expensive, but you just got to be like, especially the ones where you can pick the items, you just got to be very, very careful.
Very savvy. Yeah, exactly. If you know that you can spend a £5 to get 20, you'd do it, right? But ultimately, if you're going to spend £10, £15 on an item, you're going to at least warrant 30, 40 quid on that, right?
Yeah.
Just to make it worth it.
When I went that one particular time, I bought a few pair of diesel jeans, like diesel Larky.
Yeah.
I bought some 501s, bought some Ralph Lauren items as well. be quite honest, I did make money off him and I sold the lot, whatever I bought. But the jeans did work out, something like £6 cost value, per pair.
Yeah.
But when you're flogging them for like 25, 30 quid,
Yeah. Exactly.
you've got to be really careful on what you're buying and just make sure that you inspect everything, just make sure that zips work, all the buttons are there, there's no holes in the crotch, and stuff like that.
There's wear and tear spots, aren't there, on any pair of clothing you need to check.
Yes,
Definitely.
exactly. And another place I tend to source as well, but I don't do it as often now. But I go online on an auction site called Joblots.
Job
I don't know
lots.
if you've heard of that.
I have heard of
Joblots.
job lots. Job
Oh,
agents.
Job lots.
Yeah.
They sell a lot of Amazon returns, also end of line and end of season products. New or customer returns, and I used to buy the customer returns because obviously on an auction they were going to be quite cheap, and when I first started I was really lucky that the items, so they weren't really damaged or and I could resell them. Any electrical Steve was testing them for me before I put them on eBay. But then suddenly I started getting boxfuls of crap, and they were broken beyond beyond repair. You couldn't do anything with, so I was bidding more than I were actually buying. And so I started now just looking on the new and end of line surplus stock, which is a lot better. You can still get some bargains, but it's quite vicious bidding. You think you're going to win something, and then last minute somebody else jumps in. But
Classic.
I do that about once a month. Yeah.
Okay.
It all depends on what. I mean, some of it is crap. It's all like made in China stuff. What Amazon sell, and but you can get some really good things. I bought a load of pasta makers. Those Mercato Atlas proper pasta makers. Yeah. I mean, on eBay you can flog them between 50 and 60 quid.
Yeah.
And I was winning those at £12.
Oh, okay.
So you can guarantee within 48 hours they're sold.
Yeah.
They're really, really popular. So that's just another place where you can look. But you've got to be careful, and it's in the terms and conditions that if you are buying customer returns, if they're broken, there's nothing you can do. You can't get your money back, no matter how much you complain.
Yeah.
You took that gamble, and it's down to you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
the problem is with that as well, they put the stock photos on, so you think you're buying something.
Oh yeah, of course.
False perception. You think you're buying something what is going to look like that, but in reality, when it comes, it's in a battered box. It could be in pieces. That is not the true picture of what you're buying, but that's how it is.
That's just the way it is. Cool. Let's move on to the next part then. So, how do you list your items? So, there's two ways we can look at this. So, essentially, what device do you list your items on? So, would you list it on a phone or a laptop? And also, how do you map out your title and descriptions essentially? So, if we go with how do you do it? So, Claire, do you use a phone or do you use your laptop?
So I take pictures on my phone and then move them all to my laptop and do everything. I use Zipsale, so mostly on my laptop, apart from Poshmark, which I use my phone for, and that's separate from Zipsale, which is a bit of faff, but I've heard sort of rumours that it's coming to Zipsale at some point, or it's in development or whatever. So so I use my laptop. I have like a Google document that's got all of where I write the listing info. So I don't do it directly in the platform. I'd write it separately and then copy and paste it all through.
Okay. Because with Zipsale, can't you put it on one flat platform and then use that as your default, and then it pulls from the others?
Yeah, so you could, if you put it all, say, on eBay, for example, you can import from eBay in and then sort of tidy it up for the other platforms and send it away.
Yeah.
Or when you create a new item, you'll put in like all of the basic details like title, description, size, color, and all the things that will be the same across all platforms.
Yeah.
And then you go in and sort of again sort of like just check it over for each platform, so that there's like certain changes I might make for Vinted in terms of price, or because I do free shipping everywhere else, but on Vinted obviously the customer pays, so I have to change the price a little bit, and sort of bits for the description and whatever. So you just go in and sort of tidy it up, and then you just press list, and then it's all away.
Good stuff. Sharon?
Yeah, pretty similar to Claire really. I take all my photos first, and then I do all my listing on my laptop.
Okay.
Apart from Vinted, I just use my phone on Vinted. Yeah, it's just quicker and easier.
So I try to do take pictures on my phone and then list on my laptop, but for some reason it won't. When you import a photo, it won't let you highlight all of the photos and import them all in at once. You have to go in one at a time. I did it on a live stream on eBay.
Yeah. What I tend to do, I start the listing on my laptop. I've got the pictures obviously on my phone, and then I go onto my eBay app, click on the draft, and then click on the arrow to upload the photos what's already on my phone. I don't transfer the photos across to my laptop.
Right.
I just add them out, and then when you refresh the listing on your laptop, all the photos are there. And then I just edit them, like crop and move them around. And
also, you basically do a draft on your phone. Create a draft. No,
I take the photos on my phone.
Yeah.
And I do my draft and all my listing on my laptop.
Okay.
But I upload. Do you know, once you start a listing, obviously that goes into your drafts, doesn't it, on your app?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I go into the draft, and then I upload all the photos on there, and then come out of the app, refresh my laptop, and all the photos are there. That's how I do it. I just find it easier.
So what's the difference between using your laptop and putting it all on the app on your phone?
I think you can get more item specific on the laptop compared to on your phone.
Right. Okay. Because there is a long list on your phone as well.
Yeah. Plus as well. I don't know. I just find it easier.
Yeah.
To work on a laptop than fiddling about on my phone. That's just how I do it. And what I do is I sell quite a lot of like shoes and women's clothing. So what I tend to do is just go onto my sold items, what's sold recently, and I just click list similar.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've just got into my head. If eBay thinks I've sold that one already, and she's listing a similar item, they might push it up a bit with the algorithm. You know,
maybe
to sell it quicker. I don't know. It works. It works for me, and it's just easier for me on a laptop.
I do all of my listings solely on my phone. So essentially everything gets listed on here, and then anything that gets adjusted, I do it on my laptop, because you can filter a lot more on that one. And it just seems to be quicker for me to do it on that way, because I don't add any additional description things, because I try and put in as much information as I can in the title. So essentially I have like a pattern that I use for my title. So essentially brand first, gender, so men's or women's, pattern, whether it's floral or plain or anything, whatever distinctive on that dress or whatever it is, color, size, so I put UK size, XYZ, condition, so if there's no defects or anything like that, I just put very good condition or VGC, and then whether it's new or pre-loved, so brand new with tags. If it doesn't have a tag on it, then I'll just list it as used, even if it does look brand new.
Yeah.
And then anything that's kind of blatantly obvious. So if there's like a button missing or something like that, then I'll just try and shorten it down to a missing button. And then that gets copied into the description automatically on your phone and the laptop, I believe. And then anything else that's kind of defected on it, I'll put in the description. But mainly when we're picking stuff up, we look, if it's defected, then I won't take it. So
no,
basically, I'd say 99% of my clothing is pretty much in really good condition. Because even if there's, I mean, you can still make money from it, but I just think reputation is like that item needs to be close to immaculate, really.
Yeah. Sometimes if I see something with a stain on, I'll think, oh, you know what, I'm going to take a gamble with that. If it don't come out, it don't come out. But 90% of the time, you can get stains out, of items, depending on what material it is. But there's other times where the stain won't come out, and I won't list it. If I know it's going to stain, I will not list it. I like to sell, items what I would be happy to receive. So even if it's got a stain on that I know, I think, well, somebody might buy it, and I'll think, no, I'm not putting it on.
Yeah, I mean,
some people do. Yeah.
If there is like a defect on it, I might just stick it on as a 99p auction, because ultimately, if I've missed it, that's my fault. And I've got it here, and there's like a little mini hole in it where there's one the other day where they'd put the gun through it to put the label on it. They've actually made a hole in the fabric. Instead of putting it through the label, they put it through the t-shirt, and it's made a hole in it, which is really annoying. And some places they will write on the shoe, what sole of the shoe, how much it is, and you can't get that off.
That winds me up.
Yeah. So what are you doing? Stop defacing these items. So I mean, that's pretty much how I list. I mean, it's fairly similar. I just don't use my laptop to upload any listings, and I only use one platform. I should use more, but I just, as you can see, eBay clearly doesn't like me today.
I've got an account with like Poshmark, but I don't know. I just think, again, I'm thinking of, I might be just like thinking incorrectly, but I think, with the algorithms on eBay, and like I said, I could be totally wrong, but if you cross-listed in my mind, and something, you've got everything listed on eBay, everything listed on Vinted, everything listed on Poshmark, and it sells on the other two platforms, and you've got to take it off eBay, and you're taking more off. Does that have an effect on the algorithm?
I don't know.
With removing items.
I've never thought of that, because I list on I've got Depop, Vinted, eBay, Etsy, and Poshmark, and that's a lot. And when, say for example, something sells on Depop, it just ends the listing on eBay. But I don't know if that's affecting my I mean, that's still above standard, but I don't know if it's affecting things.
Do you get to choose the reason why? So on eBay, there's 4 reasons, right? There's a reason like this item is no longer available for sale. There's an error in the listing, blah blah blah. So when it shuts that down on eBay, what reason does it give?
I don't know. I would have to have a look, because
the only one that they would probably pick is this is no longer available for sale, or something like that.
Something like that.
So I'm just a bit wary, because I've only been reselling since that August, September time last year. I don't know. It's working right for me at the moment on eBay, and I can see growth. Month on month I can see growth, and it's heading in the right direction. So, but there are the odd things what I will put on Vinted, but people don't want to pay on Vinted. But I can make more money on eBay than I can on Vinted. I don't sell high-end clothing. I sell, it's a lot of high street but I can sell like blouses, tops, and things like that, and make, you know, £6 profit on them on eBay. But if you put something on Vinted, you know, at a similar price minus the postage on Vinted, you could put something on there for £7, but somebody will want to pay 3.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
It's
So
one of the
it
main
you know,
reasons why I stopped, really, because just getting lowball offers.
Yeah, I tend to price my stuff a little bit higher to accommodate for those, but I get more offers probably on Vinted than anywhere else, and they're always. But also, you can send offers to people, so if they like your items, you can then send them an offer, and sometimes that's worked. But like, I feel like that and Depop and maybe Poshmark to an extent, they sort of like work very much on the offer system. So you just have to like price. I tend to price myself a little bit higher, and if someone buys it for that, great. But I can sort of survive if like it's £1, £2 like off. Rather than So it probably a lot of it is offers. I get offers on eBay and stuff as well. So just have to.
I think that kind of nicely segued into the next section of how do you sell your items, really. So we were just talking then about Vinted and eBay and all that sort of stuff, and offers and things like that. Do any of you sell your stuff privately?
No. Do you mean like on Facebook Marketplace? You know, where they come and pick them up?
I suppose yes, you can. There is that. I've sold some items through the mystery bags on YouTube videos. So essentially, they just sent me 50 quid in a bank transfer, and I've sent them the items. That's happened once at that value, but I do sell other bits and pieces. People go, "Oh, I've seen your," like, through friends and family. That's where some friends like look through my eBay store and search on a size that they like, that they need. And I'll say, "Oh, I've seen you've got this dress. How much are you going to sell it to me for?" Basically.
Okay.
Matrix.
The other things that I sell on, so I've got my own Facebook group, and I also list on Marketplace as well, and I also list on Buy, which is that's an online marketplace as well, but it's generally for new items. So right at the beginning, when I first left work, full-time work, I was originally going to be selling like soft furnishings and giftware. And Denz knows the background behind that, you know, why it didn't quite go according to plan. So I sell that now on Marketplace to friends and family, and also on Buy as well. But on Buy is really, really slow. It's trying to get off the ground, but I don't think it's nowhere near as popular as eBay and Amazon, you know, at the moment.
No, you do get a bigger footfall through eBay, don't you?
Yeah, but once all that stock, because it's all brand new stock that I've got, but once it's gone, it's gone. I'm not buying no more. I'm just going to stick with reselling. Profits are a lot better.
Exactly. Bigger margins.
And the stuff moves a lot quicker as well.
Definitely. So we're segueing on to the last one then. So you've sold your item. How do you pack it? So we're going to start with Claire.
I just pack it in, like, I've got them here. Just in like just one of these, just a bag. Where I get them from changes dependent on demand or how much money I've got. So those ones I got from the post office because I was desperate. I'd run out and I needed some now. But I bought them from Amazon in the past. I got nice pink ones because I wanted it to look fun. Just buy it from wherever I can, really. But just pack it in that. I've got little like thank you slips that I print that I just did myself. I'm sure you haven't got any cut out, but they're printed. Just say like, thank you and follow me on Instagram. Just reminding them to leave feedback and all of that. Put one of those in, and then just send it off. Buy the postage online, and the postman comes to collect them.
Nice. Sharon?
Yeah, if it's clothing, I just pop them in. They always get double bagged because I put them in a clear one. You know, once I've listed it, I'll fold it and put it in a clear bag, and then store it. And then when it sells, I put it in a polymailer. If it's clothing, if it's shoes, I've got some boxes, 12 by 9-inch boxes, and I always put ladies' shoes in. If it's a pair of pumps or something like that, I'll just wrap it up in bubble wrap and stick it in a polymailer.
Yeah.
But because I sold quite a lot of ladies' shoes with heels, I really don't want to do that. And plus as well, you know, are they going to appreciate receiving a nice pair of shoes in a bag, you know, wrapped up in bubble wrap? So I just like, I don't know, I think presentation, it counts for a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'd rather just spend, and the packaging company where I buy from, it's literally down the road. I can order in the morning and then pick the order up in the afternoon.
Nice.
And it's relatively good price as well.
Yeah.
And I always put a thank you slip in, same as Claire, because I think it's nice just to show that, you know, you appreciate the custom.
That's why I like I'll put something like that in, and it has a thank you for your business, whatever. That's an invoice. I put mine in a plain bag, plain clothing bag.
Yeah.
But I do go to like the local garden centre because they give away free boxes. So essentially I'll go there if I need to box something up, and then I'll pick up 10, 15 sort of small boxes for me to put stuff in, which I've almost run out, so I should probably go and get some more. We were doing boxes all the time, so everything went in a box because essentially we could get free boxes from the garden centre, and my neighbours would lob boxes over the fence and stuff like that. But it just became a case of, oh shit, we've got 15 items to send out today. We've got 3 boxes, so then we'd have to spend an hour going to the garden centre to pick up some boxes, and if they haven't got any, because it's not guaranteed, then we'd have to try a different garden centre of the same brand, same name, and you just spend your like whole morning trying to find boxes to ship out. So then we decided these are biodegradable as well, so they can get put in compost. So we just thought about that as being kind of planet savvy, and we're always trying to recycle because we're recycling clothes at the end of the day. So why don't we recycle our packaging at the same time, make it a full outfit? And I get those from Kite Packaging. They're 500 for 25 quid, I think.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I think it's something like £24.77 or something like that. And then I put one of these in like you guys do. It's not printed. I get these from Vistaprint. So it's got all the social media links on the back. So yeah, very similar. So we stick an invoice in, stick one of these in, and then obviously the item. I don't double bag mine because I've not tried it, but I just feel that you will have too much air in the clothing bag. So when you go to pack it in a box,
sometimes you've really got to squish them down.
Yeah. When you go to pack it in a box, you're kind of wasting space, so that everything is in a box. And then I suppose I could double bag it when I send it, but ultimately they're fairly strong anyway. So it's not gonna.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
I had a feedback yesterday. Wonderful seller, fast dispatch, no nice, left a message and gifted a sweet in a small envelope. Now, I never do that, right? But they've left me feedback saying that I've gifted a sweet in a small envelope.
That's weird.
Oh dear, that is weird. Obviously, she's left you the wrong feedback. It should have been somebody else.
I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Yeah. And I've had 3 neutrals this month.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
one I
madness,
can.
Alf. Yeah.
One I can. There was 2 of these metal owls, right? Well, I couldn't find the other one. The other one was smaller. So I said, right, I can only find one. I'll give you 50% discount on it. And she said, no, it was the smaller one she was after. Typical.
Oh, God. Have they found it yet?
No, I haven't found
it. No.
And 2 Match Attacks cards that I'd sent by post, but they hadn't received them. So since then, I'm now doing everything by every, because it's cheaper than a second class small parcel, and it's tracked. Whereas this was sent by second class stamp or the new labels that you can print. And they left me neutral feedback because they didn't receive it, but you got a refund. So why is that neutral feedback for me? That should be positive feedback. You didn't receive it.
It should be.
A refund. Right?
Yeah, it should be. Could you not ring eBay and ask them to remove that?
I'm going to request the revision, I think.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you've resolved the problem.
Yeah, I've sent him back to his original state, is what they say, isn't it? But that's how essentially I package my item. We went a bit divergent there, but then.
Very good.
Yes, I think so. I think we all do it fairly similar. I think other resellers do it pretty much the same as well.
Yeah. If I'm sending bric-a-brac, I mean, I'm sending some like Disney soap balls. They're going GSB today. The shop where I drop off all my every parcel, they save me all the boxes. So I'm putting that today. But then I'll put black wrap around it. Well, it's not black wrap. It's those thick black rubble sacks. That's it. I'll chop one of those up. Straight up middle, open it up, and then I'll wrap it around. So I wouldn't send it out in a, with a crisp box showing.
Yeah. I've got this stuff. This is from Kite Packaging as well.
Oh, that's it. That's the internal. Yeah. So did you put that on the outer then, or the inner? Because I would put that on the inside of the parcel.
Yes, on the inside of the parcel.
Yeah. But I'm on about on the outside. I've got something similar to that, but it's in a box.
Sometimes I'll put it on the outside.
Oh, yeah. My kitchen's an atmosphere at the moment because I've got all my packing stuff out. I've done all my packing this morning before jumping on the call, and it looks like a bomb's hit it.
Well, that's my lot there, look.
Yeah.
That's what I've got to send out today. Have you got any to send out today, Claire?
Yeah, I've got none to pack. I've just got 7 that are waiting to be collected by the postman.
Nice.
And they're all packed up and ready to go.
Good stuff. I'm up to 24 now. Well, this is going to be a fun morning, and I've got to pick up my kid in an hour. That'd be fun. Time pressure. Cool. Well, that was a good one, I thought.
Yeah, it was.
Good stuff. Should we leave it there? Or you guys got any other questions?
Yes, because I think you've got a lot to do. Yes, you've got a lot to do.
Always got a lot to do. There's no rest. There's no rest here. Cool. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for popping on. And we'll hopefully see you next week.
Thank you. Yep.
Right.
All right. See you later.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.